On the very last day, it was after 4 days of filming. We all have flights that day. And Ken was gonna hit the big car jump. They finally got it all worked out.
I have a physics program that's actually a bow and arrow type calculation that, you know, based on speed and angle, any object will go a certain distance. So I've been using that for years, but also when we've done the jumps in the past, like for X Games and for Stunt Junkies, I've had the computer program, okay, that's a great basis to start from, but I've also been able to jump the jumps with a dirt bike. And that basically is able to confirm the numbers on the computer. Like, it's always great to have two things that say the same thing and say, okay, now I can go try it in the car at that speed. The problem with what we did in New Zealand is I didn't have a dirt bike sitting around and I could jump it and make sure that the computer was saying what it said. It was definitely a little nerve-wracking trying to just trust the computer. If you jump too far or you jump a little too short on a snowboard or a dirt bike, you know, you can take a lot of impact, like hitting the knuckle or going a little too far with your legs on a snowboard. The problem with a car, though, is that's a $150,000 piece of equipment, and if you come up short,
It's pretty crazy because he couldn't come up short because it was a wall. There was a wall for the landing. And he couldn't overshoot it because it's to dead flat. So anyways, he needed to get his speed right, so he had Torsten, he towed Torstein in. Torstein cleared it at like 53 miles an hour. So Ken was like, all right, I'll do 53. So he went, and I guess he did 53, maybe he did 54, I don't know. And basically completely overshot the entire jump to dead flat, 100% flat.
when actually I impacted, I knew instantly something was wrong. And at those speeds, every mile an hour equals about 15 to 20 feet. So if your landing zone is only 30 feet and you're off by 2 miles an hour, you could be 40 feet past where you actually wanted to land. Like, the lip of the landing was just coming at me way too fast, and I just instantly knew this was gonna hurt. So the car came to a stop and I was sort of hyperventilating, and I'm like, this sucks.
Wow. Some gnarly action. Talk about overshooting something.
I'm okay. I may have broke my back, but
We need to meet it?
how much further did I land?
You went right off it.
Man. Came down so hard on the front that the whole front end was basically destroyed. And then when it came down in the rear, there was actually weight in the rear to kind of help it jump, you know, at the correct angle. Well, all that weight moved around so hard in the trunk, it basically destroyed the entire rear end of the car. Damn it, that sucks. Yeah. I'm just pissed. Did you get a good photo, Nick? Oh, shit. When things go wrong.
Oh my god.
When he landed, the whole trunk like exploded and blew open. The front wheels were smashed up into the wheel well, like completely touching it, like couldn't move. There was like antifreeze and oil and like everything dripping all over the place. Like Ken like couldn't even get out of the car because he thought he injured his back. He had to get helied out.
With the impact of that landing, I'd actually hurt my back, and I didn't really know how bad, so we hopped in a helicopter and flew down to Queenstown and get x-rays. And I never really told anyone publicly because I had 2 races the following 2 weekends, so I kept it pretty quiet, but I'd actually cracked one of the vertebrae in my back. that's the unfortunate thing about this type of stuff. You make a small mistake of being off on your speed by, roughly 2 to 3 miles an hour. The consequences are pretty big. And I'm lucky that I only fractured one vertebrae, and it really wasn't that bad, and the car was actually repairable. I won't do that again. Don't try that at home. I'm sort of embarrassed about that.